tonight on CTV3 News. Belize takes strong diplomatic actions against Israel. Will there be repercussions? The Referendum Amendment Bill 2023 signed into law by the GG. BHSA receives over 600 tilapia fish fingerlings from Ministry of Agriculture. And 2 orange wakeños are honored by King Charles III. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, November 15th, 2023.
Movies are dreams. That you never forget.
The lights change how everything looks. It's hard to find our house.
Ours is the dark house with no lights.
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart. I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to. What was your favorite part?
Centaur, your kind of company. Centaur, your kind of company. With Express Plus, you can stream on the go or stream at home. Stream the latest movies, telenovelas, series, anime, or music videos from your favorite local artists. Sign up now with Centaur's Express Plus.
Good evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Last night we told you about the government's decision to take drastic diplomatic measures against Israel for its actions in Gaza. The government announced that it will not accredit Israel's ambassador designate to Belize. It will suspend the work of the long-standing office of the Israeli Honorary Consulate in Belize, while also suspending the appointment of the honorary consul. Belize is also suspending all activities of Belize's honorary consulate in Tel Aviv, Israel, and withdrawing the appointment of its honorary consul, and withdrawing its request for the accreditation of Belize's honorary consul to Israel. In making these demands, Belize became the first in the Caribbean and one of only few in the Americas to take such a stance against Israel. The decision, according to Belize's Foreign Minister Honorable Eamon Courtney, came through a unanimous consensus for Belize to do the right thing. As only one of a few in the region to take such a bold act, Fem Courtney says Belize does not fear diplomatic repercussions and instead encourages other countries to do the same.
The world is facing a very serious crisis, and countries such as ours have to determine for themselves whether or not they will remain silent on this issue and whether or not they are going to be inactive and do nothing. I believe that if more countries were to take similar steps, like Belize, like Colombia, like Honduras, like Chile, like South Africa, like Chad, then you would see perhaps a change in the Israeli posture. The primary objective of our position is to bring about a ceasefire and to allow aid to go in. And I would encourage other countries to do in whatever way they wish, but make sure that Israel and the world at large knows that what is happening is unacceptable and it must come to an end as soon as possible. And we urge all countries of the world to demand that Israel respect humanitarian law, respect international law, and respect the human rights of the people in Gaza. Our message was not directed at the United States, nor was it directed at anyone else, any other country except Israel, first of all. Secondly, I think the United States and Belize have excellent relations, and I think that they will understand that the position we have taken is a principled one. We have spoken on this issue. By that I mean Belize has issued tweets and we have issued press releases along with CARICOM on this issue. And so the United States and all other countries know where Belize stands. Up until this time, no country has ever said to Belize, you guys, you need to reconsider your position. I do not expect the United States to ask us to reconsider our position. And I would expect the United States and others to respect the decision that we have taken. I am not concerned that our decision today will prejudice our relationship with the United States.
Even with strong ties between Israel and Guatemala, who continues to claim a portion of Belize as its own, Minister Courtney says it does not expect any response from Israel towards Belize.
We must remember that Guatemala actually recognizes Belize as an independent country. It is just a question of the territorial dispute in terms of what they say belongs to Guatemala and what they say belongs to Belize. Two, the government of Guatemala and the government of Israel have always had a very, very close relationship, as you have said. And we have monitored that relationship from a security point of view, and I won't go into the details of that. I don't think that anything I say or the government of Belize has done or will do will affect the relationship between those two countries. They are very close. You will remember that Guatemala is one of the few countries that moved its embassy in Israel. And so, I don't think that Belizeans should be concerned that there is going to be any reaction by Israel in terms of doing anything with Guatemala that would harm Belize. If it is that they seek to have some reprisals against us in the international arena, then I'm sure that our diplomats and our friends will come to our aid.
Minister of Human Development Honorable Dolores Balderramos Garcia, in an interview with the media today, also weighed in on Belize's recent stance against Israel. As a member of cabinet, Minister Dolores says she is fully behind the actions taken against Israel for its war crimes against the people of Gaza.
I stand absolutely firmly with the decision of our government to have the sanctions on Israel because of the genocide that is happening in Gaza.
As a government minister, though, are you concerned about potential repercussions? Because we do pander in terms of needing assistance to the superpowers, the US, not so much Great Britain, but from whom we get assistance.
Well, you know, we must have the courage of our convictions and we have to stand up for what we say is right. I mean, let us recall, again, I don't want to get deeply into the politics of it, but let us recall that we still have a claim by Guatemala that is now in front of the International Court of Justice. And as I said to colleagues when we were deliberating on this difficult but important decision and bold decision, I said to colleagues that we must never in Belize forget where we came from and how we arrived at our independence and who supported us. You know, I mean, when think about it, it's 2023, and still we haven't had a decision of the International Court of Justice on Guatemala's unfounded claim to our country. So we have to know where we stand. And people call it a bold move, but I believe it has been well thought out. Our foreign minister has been an excellent proponent of what we have decided to do. And despite whatever negative fallout, I think we have to stand up and be ready to take it. And I don't see too much fallout because even CARICOM, who have not been able to really hold one head together, even CARICOM has put out a statement saying that what Israel is doing is genocide and we have to condemn it as absolutely wrong.
The opposition United Democratic Party today also weighed in on GOP's recent diplomatic measures against Israel. A release issued by the party states, and we quote, "While advocating for peace, the UDP is disturbed by the recent decision of the People's United Party government to suspend diplomatic ties with Israel and withdraw the accreditation of Israel's ambassador to Belize. We believe that maintaining open channels of communication is vital for fostering understanding and working towards a lasting solution to conflicts," end quote. The release goes on to call on the PUP to reverse its actions and engage in diplomatic efforts that contribute to global peace. Adding, and we quote, "The UDP remains committed to the establishment of a Palestinian state that will live in peace and security with Israel," end quote. The Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, through its aquaculture unit, handed over 600 tilapia fish fingerlings to the Belize High School of Agriculture in Trinidad Orange Walk this morning. The aquaculture project was recently established in the high school following a donation of 3 tilapia ponds by the Belize Marketing and Development Corporation, BMDC. The addition of these 600 fingerlings, according to the principal of BHSA, Abel Celis, will go a long way in ensuring that students are able to receive hands-on training in aquaculture.
This will benefit our school because it's a new program. Although it has been, students have been oriented or given information on tilapia farming, but the practical part was missing. So today we are complementing that, and we're very happy to have that donation. Last year we began the program, and we started with the construction of the ponds. We have 3 ponds right here that was donated by the Belize Marketing Development Corporation. And after that, we started with some sessions with our students. The aquaculture department offered some sessions, workshops to our teachers and students. The students are very excited. It's actually a new exposure, and they are very excited, and they were waiting for the fish so that they start to do this program as a project for them. And since we are going into a competency-based education, they can actually learn more about it, right? So it's very important for them because they like the idea. Once they like the idea, they will be willing to do and ensure that this fish grow, and at the end they will be able to harvest the fish.
The donation, according to coordinator of the aquaculture unit, Miguel Sosa, forms part of a commitment to the school from the ministry to support the school's new aquaculture program, which also includes technical cooperation for teachers and students.
The Belize High School of Agriculture in Orange Walk had contacted us some time ago with interest to start producing tilapia at the school to use it as part of the curriculum so they could learn how to farm fish. So they had gotten some assistance from BMDC to get the tanks. And Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise has contributed the fingerlings. This is a donation that they asked for and it was approved. Today we're delivering 600 fingerlings to them. And in the next 2 weeks we hope to bring the balance. And we will be assisting the school through the 6 months that they grow out of the fish so that they can reach an edible size. And the students will learn how to farm fish through practical exercise. The aquaculture unit in the Ministry of Agriculture works to mainly produce the seed. That's the small fingerling, that's the baby fish that we supply to the farmers. We are the hatchery. So we are the national program that supplies seed to all the small-scale fish farmers in Belize, from Corozal through to Toledo. Apart from supplying the fingerlings to them, we also support them with technical assistance. So after the stocking of the fish, we can do occasional visits to each farmer and give them guidance in the feeding of the fish, a little bit of water quality and the growth. We want our farmers to get their tilapia to market size within 5 to 6 months, and that's the efficient way to do farming. So it's supplying seed and technical assistance.
The project is available for third farm students who will now be actively engaged in maintaining and growing the fish as well as learning pond management.
Our third farm students are the ones that will take care of the fish. They will be raising the fish, right? They'll be checking on a daily basis the temperature, the right temperature, the oxygen level, and ensuring that, most importantly, that the fish have their food.
Talk to us about the benefits for your students, in terms of being able to get this knowledge or to be exposed to something like this.
You know that a lot of our students come from the rural areas, and if they plan to raise their own fish after they graduate from high school, they can actually do their practice what they have learned, right? And some of them actually have farms, and they can incorporate this knowledge, and together with their parents, they can do their own business. I'm happy to say that we have a very excellent collaboration between Belize High School of Agriculture and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise. Actually, we have gotten this program going thanks to them. And apart from that, we have also added another program, the apiculture program that we have. We have already started with it, and there are some students that are engaged with it. So again, thanks to the collaboration of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise. So we are looking forward to getting more assistance from them to expand our agriculture. Presently, I must say that we need more land to expand our programs in terms of specifically the livestock program.
The management of the 3 tilapia farms, according to school principal, fits seamlessly with other established agricultural programs at the institution, which includes beekeeping, vegetable cultivation, as well as chicken and pig rearing. It is expected that the second cohort of fingerlings will be handed over to the school. The Referendum Amendment Bill 2023 has been signed into law by the Governor General. This is after the government of Belize and Oceania Belize reached an agreement on the procedure for any changes concerning the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act, following its learning of intentions by the government to allow seismic testing offshore to determine what petroleum deposits there were in Belizean waters. Oceania mounted a signature drive to petition for a referendum on such a decision. With the threshold met earlier this year with some 22,000 signatures delivered to the Governor General, the government sought legal advice, and from that came the agreement. With that, both houses of parliament approved an amendment to the referendum so that it makes a referendum mandatory before any proposed amendment or repeal of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act. Today, Oceana Belize's Vice President Janelle Chinona told the media it is the consistent actions of the Belizean people that led to this pivotal achievement of people power. Chinona.
We were proud to commend the Briceño administration for this work, and I think we jointly commend the people of Belize for commitment to this issue. You all in the media perhaps know better than most how easy it is for issues to fall off the stove, and this one's been there since 2011. And I think that we're at this point where there's a guaranteed referendum. I fully acknowledge everybody is not happy. They want some of them have come out very plainly and said, I wanted to vote right now, and we hear them. But most importantly, I think it's to underscore that there will be a vote, that if any administration in the future wants to look at lifting the moratorium or doing any of these activities, that you will know about it and you will have an opportunity to participate in that decision before any of that happens. And I think that's really testament to just a sensational people power that this issue has had with Belizeans. And it's really, I think, again, exemplary and trailblazing of Belizeans to always set precedent in terms of having that people power there. And feeling their presence throughout. So really more than anything, just to thank the Belizeans for doing that, the 22,090 who signed the petition and everybody else who has supported this movement for so very long.
For his part, Prime Minister John Briceño said the amendment is a testament to cooperation and collaboration in protecting our invaluable natural resources. Coming up next, 6 Belizeans, including 2 Orange Wakeños, presented their New Year honors from the Governor General on behalf of His Majesty King Charles III. Stay tuned.
Singing around the world, dancing with every song, and experienced in one place only. The Latin Grammys are coming to TNT.
Mi gente de México, mi gente de Argentina, de Sudamérica, de Centroamérica.
The music award that makes the world dance. With live shows by your favorite artists.
Gracias a la academia. Muchas gracias.
Los quiero, muchísimas gracias.
The Latin Grammys, Thursday, November 16th. We move with the music on TNT.
Centaur, your kind of company.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
Oh. You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Centaur, your kind of company.
His year 2023, the world commemorates the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which coincides with the 30th anniversary of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. For 75 years, the core ambition of the Declaration has been to infuse societies with equality, fundamental freedoms, and justice. It enshrines the rights of all human beings and is a global blueprint for international, national, and local laws and policies, and the bedrock of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. On Human Rights Day, 10th of December 2023, we will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Declaration, a milestone celebration called Human Rights 75, HR 75. Human Rights Day will capture all the moments from this year's commemoration and seeks to increase knowledge on the universality and indivisibility of human rights, especially among young people, inspire people to create a movement of shared humanity while empowering them to fight for their rights and take action. Today, in ensuring that Belize is on the right track when it comes to human rights, and that as a country, we are doing what it takes to eliminate any challenges, several organizations took part in a forum in the Old Capital. The initiative was organized by the Women's Parliamentary Caucus with support from the United Nations agencies and the National Assembly staff.
And it's really about creating conversation and meaningful discussion, and most importantly, perhaps recommendations for how we can really look at human rights comprehensively, holistically as Belizeans to ensure that we're actually advancing human rights, we're safeguarding existing rights, but most importantly, that everyone is enjoying human rights. I think, speaking for myself personally, we kind of take these rights for granted very often. Of course, I don't, shouldn't be subjected to torture. Of course, I can have freedom of belief. But for some people, that is not a given. And that includes people in Belize here who may feel, I can't go to the hospital without feeling discriminated. I can't go to school. We just heard that refugee children and asylum seekers are facing additional or higher fees to access education, So it's really about trying to ventilate some of these conversations. The conversations will be difficult at times, but it's most important for us to have those conversations so that we can look at how the state can work to help to build on that.
And while there is much work that needs to be done to eliminate the obstacles we face in regard to human rights, the Minister of Human Development, Dolores Balderramos Garcia, says it will take a concerted effort to reach our goal as a country.
Clearly, the Women's Parliamentary Caucus will have to do work that we can all agree on. We can't bring party politics into it because all of us make up that caucus. The non-government partners, the opposition partners, and the government partners. So we need to do things that we can agree on. This is, to me, an excellent start, spearheaded by our chairperson, Senator Janelle Chanona, and I think it's very timely, and I'm just very happy that this forum is taking place today. But I want to particularly single out the excellent lecture that we received this morning from Justice Antoinette Moore. She really went into the history of back 75 and more years ago when the 48 countries back then came to the agreement of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And actually, I learned a lot today. It wasn't only Eleanor Roosevelt, the chairperson at the time, but there was a lady named Mehta from India who had significant input into arriving at that document that the 48 countries back then could have agreed on. Now we have close to 200 nations because most of us back then were colonial enclaves. We were colonies. But I think today, though, is an excellent opportunity to bring people together to discuss this most important topic of human rights and how we can continue to roll it out.
Today's topic of discussions included combating gender-based violence, particularly for vulnerable women, especially asylum seekers and refugees. Today, 6 Belizeans were officially presented their New Year honors from the Governor-General, Her Excellency Dame Froila Zalam, on behalf of His Majesty King Charles III. In December 2022, the Office of the Governor-General announced that His Majesty the King has been graciously pleased to make the following appointments to the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire on the occasion of New Year Honors 2023. CBE Ordinary Commander of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire went to Antonio Habet for contribution to entrepreneurship. OBE to be Ordinary Officers of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire went to Badge Rahelka Coleman from Orange Walk for contribution to the community and Juanita Lucas for contribution to education. MBE to be an ordinary member of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire went to Francis Simone Flores for contribution to the community, Troy Donahue Gab Sr. for contribution to sports and the community, Clinton Vincent Lightbourne for contribution to sports, and to Benedicto Ramos from Orange Walk for contribution to education.
These two honorees.
During its 13th annual award ceremony, which premiered on Friday, November 10th, Oceana recognized 2 extraordinary Belizeans as its 2023 Ocean Heroes. They are Chef Sean Quealy and activist and tour operator Philip Billy Leslie of San Pedro and Burgess Key. Leslie, an activist and tour guide, is known for his constant advocacy for the conservation of the environment, particularly marine ecosystems, supporting thousands of livelihoods in Belize. As for Chef Sean Quealy, he was recognized for his passion and commitment to Belize's marine resources. Quealy shared his motivation to encourage others to do the right thing when it comes to sourcing sustainable seafood and opposes illegal fishing. Today, during an interview with the media, Oceana's Vice President in Belize, Janelle Chanona, congratulated both winners.
These two honorees this year really build on a cohort of exemplary Belizeans that give me such hope and pride moving forward. And we're really very thrilled to honor Philip Billy Leslie and Chef Sean Queelan for their work in tourism and culture and culinary, and they wear several hats. So it's really been an honor for us to recognize them as this year's inductees.
On November 13, the government of Belize welcomed Park Jong-hyo, Vice President of the Export-Import Exim Bank of Korea, to Belize. This marks the first time representatives of the bank have visited Belize. Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño, Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Honorable Christopher Koyi, Minister of State in the Ministry, and Dr. Osmond Martinez, Chief Executive Officer for the Ministry of Economic Development, met with the Vice President and his team to discuss how Belize can now move forward with their plans for engagement with the Korean Economic Development Cooperation Fund, EDCF. The meeting follows Prime Minister Briceño's successful negotiation with President Yoon Suk-yeol of Korea of Belize's eligibility for the EDCF in August. The negotiation includes an interest rate of 0.1% per annum and a 30-year repayment period on this new line of access to finance. On October 11th, His Excellency Kyun-hoo Cho, Korea's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Economy and Finance, informed the Prime Minister that his ministry had formally listed Belize as a country eligible for the EDCF. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, November 16th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3NewsBZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.